Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We have broad coverage of the sexual assault case against the 2018 World Junior members. We have their first press conference today, reaction to that, as well as their first day in court. That's why Nick Paparella and Brent Lail are both with me tonight. Nick, let's start with the court proceedings today. What happened?
Well, Carlisle, it was a busy day at the London courthouse. The 5 accused did not appear, but their lawyers did, and they want this case to move along. Charged with sexual assault, Dylan Dubé, Cal Foote, Alex Formanton, Carter Hart, and Michael McLeod did not attend in person for their first court appearance. Instead, their lawyers spoke on their behalf via Zoom while the charges were read into court. The matter was the first thing dealt with in courtroom number 4 at the London courthouse, and a plea was not entered for the members of the 2018 World Junior Hockey Gold Medal team. London Police Chief Ty Trung.
It's not something, as the chief of police, that I'm happy about, that it took 6 years.
Later, London police spoke publicly about the arrests for the first time during a news conference at RBC Place. The main question, why did it take so long to get to this point?
I truly am not happy about this whatsoever. I don't think any of our members are happy about this. And that is why I apologized to the victim and to her family. But I can assure you, I am confident that this will not happen again.
The 5 accused were in London for a Hockey Canada golf tournament and gala months after they won gold in 2018. Despite a police investigation following a complaint from a 20-year-old woman, no charges were laid. But in 2022, a lawsuit was settled out of court with the woman who claimed she was sexually assaulted by the men at a downtown London hotel. Police allege a similar chain of events.
The accused and several teammates met the victim at a downtown bar and later invited her to a hotel room where the sexual assault by the individuals now charged took place. The initial investigation conducted from June 2018 to February 2019 concluded without charges, as it was determined by investigators at that time that there were insufficient grounds to lay a charge. This decision led to the case being closed.
The 5 all reported to police headquarters to be charged and were released with conditions.
I can't provide any specifics. Undertakings are used when we feel confident that the conditions we can place on the accused will protect the victim and the witnesses in this matter.
The case was put over for 12 weeks, giving the lawyers involved enough time to review the substantial amount of disclosure. All 5 will be back in court on April 30th. As the lengthy court process gets underway, the members of the media kept grilling the chief about the timeline.
So there's nothing you could have done differently?
I can't answer those questions about the 2018 initial investigation.
Now, a ban on publication was placed on any evidence. If this case goes to trial, the process could last a couple of years. And a reminder to everyone that none of these charges have been proven in court.
All right, Nick, thanks very much. This is, of course, the first time that London police have commented publicly on these charges. And, of course, there's a lot of public interest in this case, and we're getting reaction from the community. Brent Lail's been covering that for us tonight. Brent, what are you hearing?
Well, Carlo, we talked to legal experts and community activists following the London Police news conference. And while they each have their own opinions, there was a shared sense of relief that the case is now going forward.
My sincerest apology to the victim.
An acknowledgement that 6 years to lay charges in a sexual assault investigation is too long.
I was very happy to see the chief apologize for the amount of time that it took from 2018 until now for charges to be laid. That length of time is completely unacceptable, and I'm really glad to hear that that is recognized.
However, lawyer Ari Goldkind says Chief Trung may regret that apology.
London police perhaps dropped the ball 3, 4, 5 years ago, because if the London police followed their leads, had an issue in the case, didn't think they had reasonable grounds to lay charges, that would be something that perhaps a London police chief should not apologize for.
Last month alone, 63 new clients arrived here at the London Abused Women's Centre.
And that is a significant number. And the amount of time that it takes for women to go through the criminal justice system or whatever system they need to go through, it just simply can't be that long. And so we're happy with some of the steps that the police are taking to ensure that this will never happen again.
Detective Sergeant Catherine Dan of the Sexual Assault and Child Abuse Section discussed some of those steps.
One being the Victim Support Initiative, which is a process we have in place to make sure victims are fully informed about the investigative process at the start of the investigation, and also that they're connected with support right away when they want to report to police. We recently partnered to open the Beacon House Child and Youth Advocacy Center, which supports child victims of sexual assault. And last year, we also launched the Speak Out tool, which is an anonymous reporting application.
The alleged victim in this case fully participated from 2018 until today. The case was reopened when new evidence was gathered, which wasn't brought forward in 2019 when the case was initially dropped.
I think that they're recognizing that something wrong was done to her and that they believe her. And I think that's actually incredibly important, because one of the problems in our society and one of the problems with the police is often a sense of skepticism, suspicion, or disbelief of women's accounts of sexual violence.
I think doing something is better than doing nothing. So I think that in this case, the fact that we are going forward is at least something better than not going forward.
And details about what exactly is moving this case forward were not made available. That will have to wait for the prosecution during the trial stage, which we have not had a timeline for yet, Carla.